There's an interesting feature and a very helpful feature in Power BI called Q&A. Basically, you can ask questions to Power BI, and the Power BI will try to come up an answer for you. It's kind of like the AI tools. You can directly ask questions, and Power BI will try to come up with the answer using the data. And you can even specify what type of chart you want Power BI to present to you to answer that question. Okay, either it's a bar chart or a table, things like that. Okay, so let's just quickly take a look at this interesting feature. Let's go to this report, population CO2 GDP overview. At the upper right corner, there's a button already there called Q&A. All right, so you can press Control and then click on that button. Then this window will pop up. That's the Q&A window, and here we have this question bar. You can type in your questions. All right. Power BI also give you some potential questions you may want to ask. Okay, those suggested questions you can choose from. You can directly choose one of them. For example, what is the percentage of reduction goal by country, continent? Well, here we go. All right. Power BI will show you for different continents the percentage of reduction goal presented in a bar chart. Okay, so let's try some questions from our own. Okay, let's make up some questions. Say GDP by continent. All right. Okay, here we go. Suddenly you see the bar chart which shows for different continents what are their GDPs. And here apparently we didn't specify the year, so it probably just sum up a particular continent's GDP over all the years, which is not making much sense. But let's type in a more specific question. Okay, GDP by continent in 1990. Now you see this bar chart showing 1990's GDP for each continent. Let's try GDP by country in 1990. Well, here comes the kind of the problem. Okay, Power BI, well, actually all the AI tools are not perfect. If you answer questions, they may not come up with the right answer. Sometimes they don't even know how to answer it. So here, well, Power BI says we can't tell which fields to use for one or more tables in your question. Try replacing those tables with specific fields instead. So I guess Power BI also give you some clue here. Okay, it's related to you need to be more specific regarding the data field basically. So here, this country, the word country was highlighted here with double red lines. So if you click on here, okay, well, Power BI suggests some alternative names. For example, you can try GDP by country territory. Okay, because in our data sets, we don't really have a data field called country. We have data field called country/territory. So if you can be very accurate, be very specific, you can directly point to that data field, then Power BI will know what exactly you wanted. So here, let's try using Power BI suggested question here. Okay, so GDP by country territory in 1990. Well, clearly it's now shown here. Okay, so you can move your mouse here for each country territory. You can see the information here. All right, but sadly we didn't see the number for GDP. We only see this country name shown in the tooltip for each small circle in the map. So let's see, instead of this question, let's be more specific. As well, once you type S, actually Power BI kind of know what type of thing you want. Okay, you want to specify what a graph or what type of presentation you want. So either table or matrix or card or map. Let's say as bar chart. Now, okay, you can see we have GDP data for each country, and they are presented in a bar chart. You can also specify, let's do it in a matrix. All right, now we have matrix presentation of the countries. Okay, if you click on each country, you can see their GDP data. All right, if you expand this Australia, you will see their Australia's GDP data. Okay, so that's pretty much a interesting tool you can use. Of course, there's ways you can try to teach the engine. You can let the engine know. For example, the engine only knows country/territory. Only knows that's a particular data item in the Power BI dataset. However, you can tell the engine that, well, some other name, say country, okay, can be understood as referring to that particular data item called country/territory. Okay, you can give those details to the Power BI engine, and it's gonna gradually learn what you wanted and give you better answers.